Hey, 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 my friend. Welcome back to the Cosmic Mystic. Welcome to this video where we're going to talk all about our new moon. Are you ready? This is our Scorpio new moon. So we're going to dive into that. Before we do so, my friend, as always, I'm going to invite you just for a moment to just take a nice deep breath in with me and let it go. Let's do that again. And let it go. And one more time. And let it go. Beautiful. So we are in the depths. We are in the season of depth. We are in our season of emotional honesty and transformation. So let us be in the space to receive clarity and connection as we move through what this new moon is telling us. All right, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And as I do so, I'm going to remind you, as I love to remind you on all of these videos, that if you want to see the chart, if you want to see me, then come on over to the YouTube channel and watch this on the channel, The Cosmic Mystic. If you want to take me in your earbuds for your walk or as you're doing things around your space, then definitely you want to check out the Cosmic Mystic podcast. The podcast has the same information that the YouTube channel does, but it has some additional things like interviews with other spiritual entrepreneurs and their journey into spirituality and other teachings that I do, like the Scorpio season episode that released last week, all about Scorpio season and really allowing ourselves to look through the lenses of life and the areas of life, the four main areas of life, and how we can use the Scorpio season to bring forward what is unconscious to the conscious so that we can work through it and on our healing journey as spiritual women, as entrepreneurs, doing the healing thing. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And as I do so, we're going to see the new moon that takes place here on the 20th of November. That is Thursday, the 20th of November at 12:46 a.m. So just as we enter that Thursday. So this will be an overnight for those of us in the Northern Hemisphere. All right, so this is coming in at 3 degrees 58 in sidereal astrology in Scorpio. So we have a few things that it is connecting to. We have our trine over here to Jupiter, our opposition to Uranus, our Neptune trine, and also our Saturn trine. And then we've got the sextile over here to Pluto, and with that conjunction to our Mercury retrograde. So we've got a lot, a lot going on here with this particular new moon. So this is really backed by those outer planets, right? Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, and we've even got Saturn in there. And so this is really here to transform us in a very, very big way. So from the Jupiter expansion arena, from the Uranus authenticity, rebellion arena, Neptune from that spiritual, higher intuition energy, Saturn in that foundational, traditional energy, or laying that groundwork, and Pluto in that transformation energy. Now, Pluto does rule over Scorpio, as I mentioned in that podcast episode, and so we do have this transformational energy here. Now, the really beautiful thing here is that Mercury is conjunct in retrograde to our new moon, meaning that Mercury, our area of communication, how we think and how we process information, is coming right up against our head and our heart, right? The sun being our consciousness, the moon being our emotional energy. So our communication, our thinking, that energy connecting with our head and our heart. So again, I love to use the example of whenever I'm talking about a new moon or a full moon, or a conjunction, is that the conjunction is simply all of these guys are hanging out in a house. So the sun is doing its thing. Mercury came to visit. It left for a couple of days and now it came on back. And now the moon came and now all three of them. So your head and your heart are connected. That's the new moon energy, which is why we set intentions under a new moon. Our head and our hearts are in alignment. And then we have Mercury, so adding in that energy of thinking and communication here. So if there is something that you're wanting to transform, or you're wanting to like shed a layer or shed an aspect of yourself or your identity as you step into a new identity, especially around the way you're thinking and viewing things or the way you're communicating things, this particular new moon is for you, my friend. This is where, because we're talking about all of these major planets in the background here, this is all of you, right? All of you, the messy you, the powerful you, the parts that don't fit into whatever box you might have put yourself into, or whatever box others might have put you into. So the rage, the frustration, the compassion, the love, the ambition, the surrender, all of this, your professional self and your crazy, weird rebellion self, all of you is being asked to be brought here now. So the core message in this particular new moon is transforming and embracing all of you as a whole, not the curated, not the perfect version of you, the Instagram worthy version of you, all of you. Releasing the professional mask, releasing the professional mask, releasing the good girl mask, letting it all go. The need for complexity, the complexities of who you really are. That is what is needed right now. Your friends, your family, especially the family that you've chosen, your clients, they don't need the perfect version of you. They don't need you to be perfect. They need you to be you. They need you to bring all of you forward. They need you to show us the version of you who has been through it all and is still standing and is still leading and is still guiding in the ways in which you do that, my friend. That's what they need. That's what all of us need. The more and more we can be that version of ourselves, man, that's what's going to change this world. That is truly what's going to change this world. When we can be our true selves and stand in that, bringing all of us forward, the parts that want to hide, the parts that want to run, the parts that want to scream, the parts that want to yell, the parts that want to love, the parts that want to play, all of those versions. So, my friend, I'm going to invite you to explore your complexity during this new moon, all the parts of you that you may hide in your life, in your friendships, or in your relationships. And so as we think about this, we're going to look at it from 4 lenses here, right? The 4 lenses of life. I talked about this in the Scorpio podcast episode, but relationships and love being 1, money and career being 2, health and vitality being 3, and number 4, purpose and calling. So I want you to think about a part of yourself that you might be hiding, and you can pick one of these 4 areas, or you can do this for all 4 areas. And then what I'd invite you to do is pick one of the areas, the area that's going to make the biggest impact, okay? Because I want your intention that you're setting to be really focused. Sometimes we set intentions and they're all vague and they're all over the place, and it's like, well, it's hitting this and this and this and this. I want you to do the one that's going to make the biggest impact. So number 1, relationships and love. Think of a part of yourself that you are hiding in a relationship or in your relationships. Maybe there's a whole of you that is doing that, or maybe it's one particular relationship that would make the biggest difference, or in your partnership, in your romantic relationship. If you're in a romantic relationship, if you have a partner or you're married, then that aspect, like, where are you hiding a part of yourself? Notice where, and this process that I'm going to walk you through is in our lunar shadow work journal for November. So you can see this under the new moon. I want you to then notice where the hidden parts live in your body. Where do they live in your body? Is it in your heart, in your stomach? Is it in your back? Is it in your legs? Is it in your head? Is it in your hands? Like, where does that hidden part live? Now you're going to then imagine bringing it into the light and see, does it resist it? Does it allow it? Does it expand it? And then breathe into the idea and the feeling of being whole, of being all of you. And so you can do this in particular for one aspect of your life, as I mentioned, or you can do it for all four, but then you're going to set that intention, the one that makes the biggest. And there's some questions for you to answer after you do this experience, because your body has wisdom like no other, my friend, wisdom like no other. So if it's, you think of one part you're hiding in your relationships, or in your love, your partnership, right? Money and career. So what part of yourself are you hiding in money or even in your career? And my friend, I know, because I can already hear your excuses. Well, I have to, Jenny. I can't show that part of me because of X, Y, and Z. I get it. I 100% understand. There are, what I want you to consider is, are you doing it because it's a story you're telling? Or are you allowing, so here's another thing, is are you allowing these other people, whoever they might be, to have power over you? Because the minute that you can't show up as your full and whole self, you've given your power away to whatever that is, to whoever that is. And do you want to do that? Now, in some cases, right, I had a conversation with one of my clients this last week, and in her professional environment, right, she works in a corporate setting, and she's like, Danny, I'm a very sarcastic person, right? And it's something that she loves about herself, right? And she's like, I can't be sarcastic with them. I can't be sarcastic with my coworkers. I can't be sarcastic, with my boss. And like, I totally get that, right? There's certain energy that like we can't bring, right? Maybe you can't cuss at work, and that's like a big part of you, right? Like, we can't bring that part. I totally get that. If that is the case, right, that is the thing that you have to live within. The sarcasm is what though? What is that sarcasm? That sarcasm is the fun side of you. It is the playful side of you. It is the joking side of you, right? So how can you bring some part of that, right, in to that space? So maybe it's not the full sarcastic version of you, but maybe it's like one little tiny playful part of you, creative part of you, maybe, right? What energy can you still bring if you can't bring that full, because there's some environments where like I would love to be sarcastic in, but I know I can't. It's just they wouldn't get it. and I get that, right? But what can I still bring in? What part of me can I still honor? That's what we want to look at. All right, so moving on to health and vitality. Where are you hiding in this space of health and vitality? So when I look at this, where am I hiding? I might be hiding behind weight, right? I might be hiding around the food I'm eating. So for a long time, I didn't really have, you know how it is when you eat, you eat things and you think nobody's watching you, right? Like you eat this late at night, when nobody's around. You might sneak snacks or sneak food. If you did that, I definitely did that. I came to the realization that I was hiding, right? I was hiding a part of myself. I was hiding these things that I was doing, and I was hiding them thinking nobody would notice. Nobody's gonna notice. But the things I did in private, people saw in public, because the food that I was eating was affecting my body in some way, shape, or form. And so then people would see it in public because my body was being altered. I was gaining weight. My skin was breaking out. So although they didn't know the specifics around what I was doing, I was still hiding. So are you hiding in your health journey? Maybe you're not doing something that you know you're supposed to do, or you know you want to do, you know you feels good in your body, but you're not doing it. You're hiding from it. So this is another thing. And then the last one, your purpose and calling. Now, where are you hiding in that? Where are you hiding from allowing yourself to take the next step in your purpose, or the next step in your calling, or to let people know about your purpose or your calling? You know, if you have this gift, then, and you're not sharing it with the world, man, my friend, you are holding back from us. Like, I want you to think about that. You are holding back from us, from somebody that could use your beautiful knowledge or brilliance, the thing that you bring to the table. So where might you be hiding in that, my friend? Now, I'm going to say there's so much more in the journal, the Lunar Shadow Work Journal for November, that talks about each one of those. And there's some journal prompts and some somatic practices that you can do right before you say them to really connect in with your body, to notice where that knowledge and information is also in your body. And at the very, very end, you'll see a new moon ritual that you can do where we're bringing and honoring that messy middle, the things that as you're shifting and changing and where you might be in your own messy middle, bringing all of that to the table and really setting that intention from that place. So my friend, I hope that you enjoy this new moon, that you set a really, really powerful intention for this moon. Look at those 4 areas and see where maybe, you know, are you avoiding, or are you hiding in some way, shape, or form? Pick one of those 4 areas and make your intention around that. All right, my friend, this wraps up our episode for the channel here, this episode on the new moon in Scorpio for November 2025. If you are looking for additional support this year as we wrap up 2025, I do have a few spots open in my Ascend Sacred Coaching, which is my one-on-one container where we get to dive deep into this work and really uncover the different things that are in these areas, doing that deeper work on your healing journey to help, so that you're not showing up in perfectionism, that you're not showing up in guilt, that you're not showing up in hustle or control, that you're learning how to regulate your nervous system, you're learning how to feel safe in your body again, trusting yourself, trusting your intuition, and reclaiming those aspects of yourself so you are no longer in shame, my friend. I do have, as I said, a few spots open for 2025 at 2025 pricing. So your next step would be to book an inner authority call with me so that we can look at what is going on, seeing what is kind of ruling the roost for you, what area of your life we really need to take a look at and start taking some steps on that healing journey. And also see if we are a good fit to work together. So to see if you think that I'm somebody who could support you on your journey, and to see if I think that I can support you on your journey. I would love, love, love to have that conversation with you to see if it's a fit for this time. All right, my friend, have a beautiful rest of your day. And until next time, remember to keep shining your unique light.